Grand Rising. I want to give all praises to the Most High for another beautiful day, another opportunity to get more knowledge and understanding and share it with the people, Jews and Gentiles alike. You need to understand that you have been lied to about everything, and the lies continue all the way until the end. The last few videos we're going to continue with today have shown you that, look, these people know. These people have our records. They knew who was here, right? They knew all of these things, right? And they've just hidden this information from you. They have made it so that you did not have an opportunity to actually hear this truth and make a conscious decision on who you should be blessing at this point. They forced you to bless an imposter. The vast majority of you guys have no idea. You don't read, you don't study, but see, someone like Stone here, this is his job. I will give him credit of knowing way more than the vast majority of you Constantine Christians. Now, when you get this information given to you, now what are you going to do with it? You're not going to have the opportunity to just ignore the fact that these people have ignored all of these scriptures. Today, we're going to get into an enormous one that us Hebrew Israelites always go to prove who we are. See, we go to the Bible to prove who we are because Most High said these curses were going to be on us forever. So if you don't see people going through these curses or having gone through these curses and still continue to be cursed at this time, then there's no way they could be the people of the book. So we're always going to Deuteronomy 28. We're talking about the blessings and the curses. And you see how I went to church most of my life, or when I was in church, all my life, and I never heard about Deuteronomy 28. Never heard about the curses. And that was all planned and on purpose. And if there's certain verses you guys want me to take a look at, put them in the comment section as well. And I'll be looking for those as well. We're going to be jumping back and forth into different things. But this is what the Most High moved me to order a few days ago. And it's going to be so many diamonds here. So much information. I flipped it sideways. You guys, hold on. You guys just listen to it, follow along. You guys can see this is what Perry had to say about Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 68. Now, see, we use this all the time, and we use this to prove who we are as the people. So if he's Ish, and he supports the people over there in that land right now, wouldn't you think he would have a huge commentary on Deuteronomy 28? This was the whole commentary on Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 68. This chapter is known as the blessing and the curse of the law, and includes a prophecy that Israel would eventually go into captivity and experience severe persecution and suffering. So if this is telling you that in the future, or this is a future prophecy, that Israel would eventually go into captivity and experience severe persecution and suffering, all 12 tribes would have to go through this because this was a covenant between all 12 tribes. Then why don't you see him breaking it down? Why don't you see him going through history and showing you where this happened to all 12 tribes? See, you should be thinking this is pretty suspect because, like I said, this man is very well studied. He knows these scriptures forwards and backwards. This is his job. His father was a pastor, so he inherited his whole life. He's been surrounded by pastors and surrounded with this information. So in your whole life and your father's life and all the people around you that have helped you with this was all you had to say about Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 68. Now, you Constantine Christians, you should be getting kind of scared because these are the people, these are your leaders. I'd be terrified if I were you because that would kind of mean that he's not even willing to even try to prove that Ish fits these prophecies. He just tells you that this is what it says, but I would think that you would be trying to prove how your people went through this. Now, we know that Ish is on top in many different aspects of life, monetary, military, social, entertainment. But check this out. Deuteronomy 28:43, the stranger that is within thee shall go up above thee, very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Now, does that fit them? I don't think so. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Well, they're the lenders, right? Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments, right? And his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So there's no getting out of it. It's no 1948, we're going to give you your land, we're going to give you money, and we're going to start to bless you. That's not how that works. You're going to be at the bottom forever, because the Most High did this to us. Right? Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. He sent them over here to the fourth part. He destroyed us over there in the three parts, over there in Europe, right, Africa and Asia, and he sent them over here to the Americas because we were here as well. That's how these prophecies wasn't just in one land. This was a worldwide takedown, because we were everywhere. Remember we tell you, so-called black people everywhere. Our Israelites were everywhere before, and that's why I had that to go. That's why England's, their what is it? Their empire, I never set on their empire, because they were used to take us down everywhere. Okay? Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Here's your America and your Greece and Rome. 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. So, I mean, this is, so all you're going to do is just tell me this. You're not going to try to break it down or anything, right? A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shall favor to the young. Okay? And he shall eat of thy fruit, thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land, until thou shalt be destroyed. You came over here to America, and that's when you guys actually really raised yourselves up. You guys were getting enough the fruit of our land, our resources. Next one. Let's just concentrate on 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. The fruit of thy land, right, and all thy labors shall the nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away. Just so you know, these are our lands. You guys came over here. You were brought over here to destroy us for a time. But all of these lands and these beautiful ley lines and this power that is you see now exuding from us once again is coming from these ley lines and these powers, because these are our lands, and they are fighting for us to be restored once again. The spirits are fighting for us to be restored once again. Our power is now released our angels, our ancestors, the Holy Spirit, to enlighten us and bring us back into knowledge that these are our lands. You came from across these oceans. You were brought here to destroy us for a time, but that time is now coming to a swift end. I want to make sure I say thank you again to the Most High for giving us back our knowledge, understanding. Thank you to the Holy Spirit for bringing us back to getting us ready for our power coming back for us. Thank you again for the angels for protecting us and giving us guidance. And thank you again to our ancestors for their plight and what they had to go through in order for us to be here today. Their prayers, we are the manifestation of the prayers of our ancestors. So thank you again, Most High. Thank you again to our Father. Shalom.